Hello, this is Gravel by California as we want to wrap up 2020 perfectly by talking about some of our best rides. And Vic is back, and we also have the actors that play Bill and Sam that appear in some of our videos. Yes. How's it going, guys?
Going good. A little too windy today, but it's all right.
Good.
Sam, you've been doing great with the hair, so thank you.
I showered just for the video.
Wow.
So I don't want to reveal it yet what me and Vic picked out for our best rides, but we're just kind of considering what were your best rides that we had been on this year so far.
You want to go, Sam?
Sure, I'll go. I mean, we've done a lot of good rides this year, but hands down, I think for me it was Mount Baldy. Dirty Mount Baldy, I should say.
Was it because of the beer at the top?
You stole my next line. It was absolutely the beer at the top. No, I think any ride my favorite type of ride is the one where you start kind of in the city like we did. We started kind of in a residential neighborhood for the most part. And then to climb up to, it's like almost 8,000 feet up there. You're up at the top, past the ski lifts where everyone takes the lift up. I mean, that's pretty cool. Having a beer was an added bonus, but that's one of the best parts of just living in LA is like starting from your car down below in Claremont in the city. And then you climb that much. It was 5,000 something feet and 13 miles or something like that.
Crazy, yeah.
5,300.
Yeah, 5,300 feet and 13 miles, and to have a beer at the top. And you're in a total different climate. The air's different. I mean, it doesn't feel like you're in California. I mean, that's incredible. But I mean, there's so many other rides we did too. Can we list other rides, or we have to pick one, or what's the deal, Zach?
I thought Big Bear, for me, that was my favorite just because of the scenery and the change in terrain. We got to do that really fun single track and seeing Swanee out there racing mountain bikes. But that was a great ride. A little bit of history on Big Bear. We got to see that cabin. I've been going up there my whole life. I didn't even know that meadow was there. So that was really fun.
Yeah, it's funny. So my number one was also Big Bear, and Mount Baldy did make my top three. Vic, that didn't even show up on your top threes, did it?
Really?
Big Bear? Well, obviously Big Bear was amazing, but I had trouble breathing. If I'm honest, I was off the back immediately struggling while you guys were like, la, 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 la. So I don't know, there was something about that. But yeah, Big Bear was epic. I would love to do it again. I would like to maybe stay there a day or two before just to acclimate. We jump out of the car and we're at 7,500 feet. And then we start smashing up a mountain. It was like, it hurt. It hurt, but the ride was great, and the gravel was great, and obviously that the lake is, it's world class, and like Bill said, that single track, that was the icing on the cake.
I mean, I couldn't put together a ride any better than that. It just, the conditions were just everything that you always want in a gravel ride. It's exactly what you would do and how you would introduce it to people, which just really, that's just one slice of all the rides we have here in California, which is pretty cool.
We're spoiled.
Yeah.
Well, it
we
helped
are so spoiled.
It helped that we had a tour guide also for Big Bear.
Right.
Yeah. Todd was definitely showed us the highlights. And I think anytime you are able to get local knowledge off of a ride, definitely gravitate towards that.
Take advantage of that.
I think the ride I was pleasantly surprised with the most was the telephone in the middle of nowhere ride.
Oh, yeah.
That was
the one that I wasn't in that one. That was a
really cool ride. Just the terrain, and it was just super cool, and just had no idea that was there.
Yeah, when I was thinking of my biggest surprise, like that one was between that and Quaddle, but yeah, just the phone being out there in the middle was unexpected. There wasn't a lot of people around there, And maybe it's because I had a bad experience on Warm Springs the first time. It was definitely a lot better, being better prepared, better conditions. The climb out of Templin at the end probably makes this ride end a little bit more sour than you want. But
That
yeah,
was hard.
it's a great climb.
Yeah.
Are we talking about worst rides we've done this year or no?
Anything you could pull out at this point.
Oh, I think that was
There's a
Pilot
lot.
Rock for sure.
Pilot Rock, absolutely. That was
But it
my
was all-
worst.
But it was also surprising because the guy, I forget his name, pardon me, but he said it was so amazing, and the pictures he posted on the Facebook group were fantastic, you know. But the minute we parked and we saw those Jeeps running those trails, and it was from the get. Vic, we stopped after running for like 2 hours, and it was we'd gone like 10 miles or something.
10 miles. I know. It was
Crazy.
terrible.
And the views were not that great either, you know. I mean, they were just okay views.
Well, at first they were nice. The lake was pretty,
That's true.
but it was soured by all the Jeeps, and you're a Jeep guy.
I am after that. I bought a Jeep, so I couldn't take it on the gravel bike.
Jeep. You couldn't do it on the gravel bike.
I had to buy a Jeep. Exactly.
Yeah, that was great. And the bugs. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know if
true, too.
the one part in the video, Zach, you're talking, and you're just swarmed by bugs. You don't even mention them. Like, how can you stand there and talk? You were like in a hive. It was crazy.
And I was wearing bug spray too. So that was helping very slightly.
That was tough because they were biting. I mean, I was lunch for those bugs. They were biting and biting. There was no escaping them because you couldn't go fast. You're stuck in the sand. So anything less than 10 miles an hour, you were just bug food.
Right. That was bad.
Absolutely the worst. Good choice there, Sam. For worse.
What? No one thought our Ojai ride was amazing. That's probably in my top 3. All of us did it together.
That was a really, for me, that was the most physically, I think that was the hardest one.
Which one?
Scissor?
Scissor, yeah.
Scissor. Yeah, that was my number.
That was your toughest. That was our toughest.
That was our toughest. Yeah. That was my.
That was hard for me to keep up. But it was an amazing, fun ride. And Zach, I would have never brought 4 water bottles unless he said, bring extra water. Because, I literally ran out when we got back to the car. So.
Well, Zach had 5, just so you know.
But, that was an amazing ride, but for me, the physically most demanding.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was hard for me.
And you've done gravel mob before, Bill. I mean that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with gravel mob, I was probably just a little more fit at that time. But you guys are also all like really strong, so I think just trying to keep up might have been something. Maybe going a little harder in the beginning.
Nah, but plus it was really hot.
It was super hot.
That's true too.
It was really hot, and we had climb after climb after climb. And then at the end, when we got to the pavement, I thought we were just like a mile from the car. We had that last crazy climb on pavement.
Yeah.
Just to get to the car. I was not happy about that because I thought we were done.
Yeah.
I would still do that ride again. I mean, that was a fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Absolutely. That was a great ride.
Yeah.
Maybe on a cooler day, it will be.
Yeah, gravel mob is in November too, so it was a different kind of day. What else?
Now, I didn't bring this up before, and Sam, you'll like this category. What was the best descent of the year?
The Ojai ride for sure. When I had to walk most of it down on the dirt part. Best descent of my life. I had to get like new brake pads after that, I think, and they were like brand new before the ride started. That was a tough descent.
It was crazy.
I don't know, but most enjoyable dirt descent. I don't know. That's a tough one. The one that the ones we did most recently on Gibraltar, those were very enjoyable dirt descents.
Yes, because the road was like perfectly groomed.
Yep, exactly.
And flowy, and even though there were trees, it was thickly forested. You could still see through the turns around. It was a beautiful descent.
I think
beautiful.
Dirt Baldy was a fun descent.
That was fun too.
And
Oh,
that
yeah.
that was fun too. That whole, you know, had to come down that 50-something 100 feet at 13 miles. That was fun.
Yes.
The cars
Yeah.
weren't bad on that either, on the dirt balls of descent. Even on the pavement, I mean, they weren't that bad, I don't think.
No. Nope.
I think we
Yeah,
got,
that's a great descent.
I think we hit 50 on the asphalt part.
Yeah.
It felt like it. It's so steep.
Yeah.
It's tough to try and pick out like what is, you know, you want to really crush these downhills, but you don't want to kill yourself. Luckily, we haven't had anything bad happen like we did when we had the Send It Sunday about a year ago up there in Mount Low,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
where the
Oh,
other Victor.
Victor. Yeah, Victor with a K.
Yes, and very luckily,
Oh,
you
man.
know, I thought he was concussed. I thought he had at least one thing broken, but very luckily made it out.
That was right before the end.
I was going to say,
Like, literally
typical,
at the end.
typical of every crash, he was a quarter mile from being done. Like right there.
On a 10-mile descent.
Yes, all the way down to like the last
Oh,
1 minute.
We saw him crash. We were at the cars when we saw him crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he crashed spectacularly.
That was epic.
Luckily, his wife came and scooped him up.
Oh, yeah.
But man,
But
he's okay though.
Yeah, no, he broke my one rule though, that if you're going to crash on these rides, that I have to record it.
Well, you missed my crash on Rose Canyon or Rose Valley.
Yeah, but it still happened.
It did. It did. My skin is still there.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you crash, Zach, at the bottom when we were descending Indian Canyon after our Mount Gleason to Santa Clara?
Oh yeah,
You got that one on video, right? That was a good one.
yeah, I got like 3 of them on video.
Well,
Yeah.
all his crashes are on video. He's the cameraman.
That's true, too. He happens to always be rolling. It's almost like they're staged or like intentional. You know, he's always rolling
No.
multiple angles. I don't know.
Well, you'll be happy to learn that I'm learning how, like, new ways how to crash. I, you know, because trying to make videos without people under these circumstances, you know, I went up to Josephine Peak, and you've seen that helmet camera that I have. Well, I was like, well, why don't I try flipping it and like having like a view in front of me? And the problem was when I was coming down, because Josephine Peak is like 10% a lot of the way, that was very shaky. And then the camera kept moving and it kept like pointing down. And so I kept on moving my head up and I was enjoying the speed and I had my center of gravity way too high and I took a spill. And that was 3 weeks ago. I'm almost completely done with it. But yeah, I think we're still playing with house money in terms of injuries on our ride so far.
Gotta be careful.
Yes.
Yes. Our insurance is current. Absolutely.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, assuming we getting back to riding at some point soon, are there any rides that you guys are looking forward to doing?
New rides or repeat rides?
Oh, new rides, new areas.
You know, we haven't done anything out of, well, you guys did Puerco Canyon. I wasn't there, but I was thinking maybe something out of Peddler's Fork. Like when we did that, we did a scavenger hunt a while ago that was really fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'd have to look up the course, but that was, and now I don't remember what it was. It was maybe 40-some miles, but it was fun. I think we had 3
That was
people
fun.
to hit. That was a really good time.
You have to do Puerco, Bill.
What's that?
You have to do Puerco.
I mean,
I'll
I
give you
it's
another shot.
a raid, but and that's a grind. Man, that was a grind.
Yeah, but Puerco's worth it. It's a steep climb in the beginning, but when you get to the top, the payoff is just. I would do it tomorrow. You have to do it. It's amazing.
Yeah, if we do that ride again, I'd really like to go. And I haven't done anything in Orange County yet, other than mountain bike. So.
We were supposed to do Orange County, but then it caught on fire, so it kind of didn't work out.
Yeah.
I second
Yeah,
that.
Orange
I
County.
like Orange County. I don't even know if I've ridden a bike ever, like road or gravel in Orange County ever.
I haven't either. I don't get behind the orange curtain too often.
Exactly.
But I heard they have some good gravel. So I guess that's the destination, Zach. You got to get with your guy, OA Bike.
Yeah, exactly. He likes my pics on Instagram. What's his name? He likes my photos. Jason.
Oh, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you know, this is kind of like how different, how much Gravel by California has changed in that, you know, that was Orange County was going to be our March ride. And him and I scouted it right before the lockdown. And now that I think back on it, like, I don't think I can do that route as great as it is for a Send It ride, because we had 50 people for the Verdugos. You know, if we had anywhere near that numbers, and we might even have more, like, that's just too many people to have on a group ride. So
that's way too many people.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely when the rides do come back, I am going to have to reconsider, you know, before you always consider about access, water, difficulty. But now it's just like, how much can these routes handle? So I don't want to be, you know, running hikers over or having stray dogs coming into us. So that'll be something we'll have to look at.
Charge like a fee to come out and ride if you want. Only the dedicated people will show up.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Members only.
We'll see. Then that probably gets into insurance. So.
I was going to say it gets into insurance, and then you have to have support. Like you start charging, you got to get something. You got to have SAG and support. And,
permits too, probably.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
No, I imagine we'll definitely be hitting up Orange County once things kind of calm down a little bit. But I have been scouting down in San Diego, San Luis Obispo, and, you know, once things get a little bit more open, you know, there's a lot of stuff I'd love to do in Northern California.
I was going to say NorCal. I've done a lot of mountain biking in Mammoth, and so has Bill, but there's probably great gravel there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Shasta, where they do Grinduro, I'm sure there's some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
North San Diego County, where they do the Belgian waffle, there's some really good stuff in North San Diego County, like Carlsbad, San Marcos. There's a lot of good stuff there. And then, Jack, have you looked at Black Star or Trabuco Canyon in Orange County?
Black Star might have been part of what we were going to do ahead of time.
That burned, I think, right? That whole Trabuco area was on fire, like, kind of.
I think Trabuco, yeah, that's where we were going to head for that one ride.
I've done it on mountain bike, but I haven't done it in a while. I don't know how it would be on a gravel bike.
I have to look back at my routes. But, you know, I did look at Nate Harrison grade in San Diego, which the pictures, apparently that's one of the toughest climbs in California. So that's going to be part of it. You know, I'd always want to do Crystal Cove right there in Newport, just above the ocean. But, you know, once again, things calm down.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that area I've written in parts, and you could also link it to some of the stuff in Laguna Beach. Oh boy.
Vic just crashed.
Sorry.
Vic crashed in his own garage.
Right? Are you going down Rose Valley again?
Yeah, it's a Rose Valley redo.
Okay. Good. Thank you for recreating it. If, like I said, if you're going to crash, make sure it's caught on video.
Exactly.
That was crazy.
But, you know, another area that I've been looking at around there is also Julian, too.
Oh, that's beautiful up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Really
so, you know, whether at some point we could start stringing together weekend trips, that would be great at some point. But yeah, there's definitely, you start looking at these maps and you start plotting them out. There's just so many possibilities that there's, you know, a lot that we'll get to at some point.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
excited to hit more stuff.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
I mean,
How many of your friends that we normally don't ride with have reached out to like, hey, help me figure out a gravel bike? I've had so many other friends from other parts of my cycling life that have like, hey, I need to get a gravel bike. Like there's so many people that want to do it now, which is really cool.
I get inquiries all the time. I got my neighbor who's a total newbie went out and bought a gravel bike because of me. And he watches the videos. He's a big fan. And now he just went and bought a road bike. He just bought a brand new BMC. Wow. So he's like fully excited into it. He's constantly, what about this? And what should I do about that? And also another thing that's been happening with the Gravel Bike California videos, I'm getting recognized on the street. I was in Irwindale on a road ride with Paul Ryder. We were heading to Baldy. And these guys came up on us. He was on a canyon. He said, "Aren't you the guy in the gravel videos?" I'm like, "Yes." I said, "Do you like him?" He goes, "Yeah, we watch him all the time." So it's been a really good thing. I think hopefully in 2021 we'll have a even wider net and get more interest and get more people in it, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
We can quit our jobs and just get a salary from Zach and all that. So
pretty soon we're going to be rivaling GNC, GCN.
Does the
That's
word
my goal.
indentured servants mean anything to you guys?
Indentured servants, yeah, that's what we are for sure. Unpaid labor.
Exactly. It is great though to see, like Vic said, though, all the people who maybe have never been on the bike before who are so curious about gravel though, or cyclocross bikes. Because I have so many friends or coworkers who they've never had a bike since they were a kid, or they don't have they have a beach cruiser at home, and they always ask like, "Oh, I don't want a road bike. I don't want the skinny tires, but I also don't want a mountain bike." So I tell them, "Hey, like get on a gravel bike," and they start from nothing and go straight into gravel. No experience, with road or mountain.
I definitely think it's the best of both worlds because you can ride it on the road if you need to. It's a lot more fun than riding a mountain bike on the road, which I see a lot of people doing. I just don't like, why are you riding so far on the road on the mountain bike? That's terrible. And then you can just turn off onto the gravel or even a single track that's not too crazy and keep going.
Absolutely.
If I had to be stuck with just one style of bike, it would absolutely be a gravel bike.
Absolutely.
There's no question.
If you have to.
Yeah, you could put on zips and 28s and fly.
Absolutely.
I think I would. That night ride we did was really fun.
Oh my God!
We didn't go very far, but that was such a blast. I would definitely be up for some more night stuff too.
Well, you were the only one that had like real lights.
I had my mountain bike lights. Yeah.
Your lights were like I could just turn mine off and just follow you. Mine was like a candle. It was terrible.
Those
so
little
real lights,
commuter lights don't
but
throw out much. But that was really fun.
That was super fun.
Yeah. Definitely when things get back to normal, we'll be holding like rides like those where, that was like what we did, like 15, 20 miles and then go grab a beer or something like afterwards.
Yeah.
Like that'll be fun once we kind of get back to that. I don't know about you, but it's already too cold by 4:00 to go out anyways. So
it is, it's cold.
Almost a good thing that we're kind of forced not to be able to do those rides because we were already pretty covered up with everything to try and stay warm out there.
Yeah, it was cold that night. You had mentioned like if things start to open up again, having a lot of people. Because what was the ride we did by the MASH set? We had a lot of people on that ride.
Oh, that was the Millennium Loop. Right?
Yeah, that one we had like. Yeah, we had like 20 people for that ride, which was like double the ride before. And then
I missed that when I was sick.
Oh yeah.
I did the recon ride though, luckily, so I got to see most of it. It was a beautiful ride. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that again. That was a very, very cool route. Yeah. But I missed the actual ride.
We will make a gravel guide to that. It's kind of worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that just was like a spectacular, gets a lot of stuff in loop, and the little hidden features that Craig told us was also a great little add-ons too.
Yeah,
which you know, and what I liked too was at the end we were kind of like, do we really need to do this last bit of dirt? No, let's sit back and grab a beer. So I kind of was glad that we had that local knowledge too.
Was that Craig, the one who went on the Quatal ride?
Yeah.
C Diddy.
Yeah, C Diddy. Oh yeah, C
yeah,
Diddy like gave you kudos. I always get that notification.
That's like his backyard.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's right there, Calabasas.
Well, the time that Zach left his phone in wherever that was, Craig kind of took over the ride, and he knew all the ins and outs. It was perfect. We didn't even need Zach. In fact, what are we doing with Zach? We need Zach.
It doesn't even have Zoom feed.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't. Come on, dude. Step your game up.
Right. In meeting. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're making progress with the kits. Hopefully, people keep emailing me about them because I kind of got a big flurry. I had 130 people ask or at least share their interest in saying they wanted a jersey. So, and that was just a couple months ago, and we've grown since then. And now people are asking, so is this still going to happen? I'm getting super close. I think I got the jerseys down. The bibs just need one more detail. It's actually the vest that is just kind of racking my brain. But, you know, I'm pretty happy with everything else. And I'll have more details to share with the outside people in a little bit.
How many members are in Gravel Bike California now on the Facebook?
3,400.
Wow. And you started with what? Just friends, right? Like your random, like people you knew?
I don't know. I mean, you were one of the first people. Like when in June of 19, because it actually started in November it started in 2017, but I didn't do anything with it. And then when my friend said, why don't you host one of these rides? And I finally decided to go back into my own group after 2 years and say, well, if anyone wants to join, like Sam, you were one of I think we had 8 people for that ride.
Oh, it was less. Maybe 8, yeah, but it was. I brought a friend. It was just it was a few random people. It was very small.
Yeah, and so, but it was a great time, and I think we only had 60 people in the group at that time, and nobody was contributing. So now it's a lot of action, and now I'm actually happy when I get to say decline people from the group, because I like the people that are in there, and I'm just trying to keep people that are pretty interested in gravel or want to learn instead of people that are just adding to their groups.
Oh, people are posting like crazy. Every time I log onto Facebook, it's like a notification from the group that someone posted. And just the engagement too. Someone posts a photo or anything. I mean, it just gets so many likes and comments and a whole discussion. It's great.
Okay, well, we are almost at our time limit. So, I just want to thank Bill, Sam, Victor, and myself. I'm reading all of our names over again for, all the great rides and everyone else has contributed for this year. And, we'll be doing more of these because I expect we won't be at full-fledged riding capacity for a little while. Yeah. But, thanks everyone again. And we'll be bringing you more from the State of Dirt. See you.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.
Thanks, everyone.
Such a fun experience with you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely.
An honor. Thanks.
Awesome group.